more comfortable making another offensive move here and there. Do you feel that progression? What's that like?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a long season, so I'm just coming in and just being myself. Me and coaches, just talking about not thinking so much, just be, comfortable on the court and play.
When you do that, does that let your athleticism come out a little more? Because it just seems like you're bouncing off the floor better, you're releasing your shot higher, things like that.
Yeah, I think when I'm not thinking about the game, I just perform better. I'm thinking about it, it's just hard for me, to make certain moves. I'm thinking about the move Friday and do it. One time I do it, it's already too late. So it's like, just go out there and play and have fun with it.
It seems like this team has responded to not having Gary and Juwan out there. Nobody's trying to do too much. Have y'all talked about that, or still just doing what you do the way Coach Huggins says it?
Yeah, since day one, we all just ready to come in, play our role, never do nothing that's you can't do, and do something to help the team, do what you can to help the team.
You have any preferences for you playing the Big 12 tournament?
Man, I'm just happy, man. It's my first year, so I'm ready for whatever.
After sitting out like that, being able to come in and contribute, and knowing that you've got Big 12 championships plus the NCAAs beyond that, can you let that excitement out a little bit now?
Yeah, I'm very excited, man. Especially, following and waiting to come here for a long time. Maybe since my freshman year of high school, it's been, big to actually have a school program back in the NCAA tournament, a chance to get back and, just do some good things for the school.
So, what was it like being able to send your seniors out with a win without any of them playing?
That was just a tribute to them because they let us in all the way here to where we are right now. So I feel like this one was for them really. Because I won't want the same thing if I'm a senior and I couldn't play. So we did it for them really. This game was for them.
Do you have a preference? Do you guys play in the Big 12 tournament?
No, not really. It doesn't really matter. We just got to get prepared, get mentally prepared for the games, go out there and get the win.
Okay. Thank you.
Pretty quick turnaround to have that be a learning experience and already learning your lessons from that. I mean, can you already draw from that and say that you've gotten a positive from it?
Yeah, we learned. One of our weaknesses that game was. Well, one of our weaknesses that we couldn't really put a niche on throughout the season was we got a no clock situation, and we gotta get smarter and we gotta protect the ball more. So we definitely we made that one of our strengths now, and we dwelling on that now and take care of the ball throughout the end of the games and certain possessions, and we just gotta score when we can, and we shooting the ball a little better. So.
What kind of confidence boost or what kind of energy can this win today give you guys heading into the tournament?
It give us a lot of confidence. Knowing that everybody got to do even more, play even harder because our leader's gone. That's when new leaders step up, and that's when you know if you're a man or not, if you want to take the challenge. And we want to.
Dax, even after the Baylor game, everybody was really confident that there would be a drop-off, right? And just right. You look at the Kansas game. Is this in line with what you thought was possible, just the quality of basketball you all played? Or is it even beyond maybe what you expected?
I didn't even know.
Last two games, is it kind of better or beyond what you guys thought? Because I know you thought you'd be good these last two games, even that, but is it surprisingly good, or is it exactly what you expected?
Nah, it don't surprise me because, like I said, everybody can play basketball on this team, and we play so hard, and we play a lot of guys, so we definitely trust in each other, and this is what I expected. I knew we was gonna play even harder because our seniors was gone, but we also had to prove to everybody else that even without them, we good. So
you're making shots, including you, your three-pointer percentage is way up. What changed to it? It's like you're getting up higher.
Confidence. I had it in me, but it just seemed like I wasn't really aggressive enough at the beginning, and I'm finally. Coaches and them telling me to shoot the ball more, and as long as I play defense, it really doesn't matter about shooting. As long as you play defense and I get my shots, just elevating and working on. I'm in the gym every day, man. So I think that's why my shot fall.
What was it like being able to get a win for your seniors without any of them out there?
It's always a good feeling. I mean, it's sad they couldn't play, so being able to go out and get a win for them, hopefully it made them feel a little better about it.
How are you guys going to prepare for the Big 12 tournament?
I mean, just same as every other day. Just gonna go into practice, work hard, and try to figure out what we need to do to get a win.
Do you have a preference to who you want to play?
Nah, we'll go play anybody.
All right, thanks.
You know, what we've always been doing, you know, what got us these 23 wins that we have now, you know, just being aggressive and staying in people's face and not letting them be comfortable and, you know, not letting them just, you know, do what he want to do. You know, you know, the shots that he made, you know, he was creating for himself, dribbling in and, you know, spinning and stuff like that. But, you know, we were there on the catch and, you know, sitting in the stands and, you know, we just went by the game plan. And it was pretty much it. You know, we just went by the game plan and was just playing hard, you know, and it routed them.
How nice is it for you guys to put up 81 points when you're missing Juwan? I mean, y'all weren't scoring 81 when he was in the lineup some days, so tonight it was really flowing well.
I don't know, man. You know, it was just a different feel out there, I guess. And, you know, we're locked in and we had such an urgency tonight, you know, as far as, you know, placing ourselves in the right place in these bracket week coming up. And, you know, we just went out there and played. You know, we were free, the fans were into it, we all were into it, so, you know, the ball bounced our way.
A lot of guys saying that you already took the lessons you learned from that Kansas game, protecting the lead, all that stuff, and put them into use today. Do you feel like it was that quick of a turnaround for you guys?
Yeah, it was a quick turnaround, but I think, yeah, as far as the Kansas game, you know, we just, you know, coming off of that, and, you know, we lost that game, but what comes positive out of that game is, you know, we attacked first, and, you know, we're aggressive the whole night, and, you know, I think that's just carrying over, just being aggressive and, you know, just playing free and, you know, punching people in the mouth first.
Have you just been living at the free throw line during practice? What went into that for you today?
I don't know, man. I got put to the line, you know, and you know, I was just, you know, knocking them down, concentrating and focusing, you know, staying on the line and things like that. But, you know, I was just aggressive tonight and keeping my head on the rim and just playing freely and, you know, they made calls and I was happy to get to the free throw line and, you know, knock them down.
What can a game like this do for you personally and for the team as a whole heading into a conference tournament?
It just makes me want to keep going. You know, I'm gonna rest my body, but you know, I'm gonna just try to continue to get in there and just, you know, keep at my same routine that I've been doing, and you know, just prepare.
Hey, when you see that pregame ceremony and you see Hugs getting teary and you see Juwan and Gary, did you get choked up too, man?
Nah, man, I said they were soft, man. You know, but nah, man, that was good to see. You know, it's something you know, that's gonna be coming from me in no time. So it was definitely nice to see. I knew Gary was probably gonna crack, because you know Gary's the, you know, that type of guy. But I was surprised to see Wani put his head down and drop a couple. I had to say something about that, but you know, it was all good. You know, we let him go out the right way. You know.
Thanks, Dad.
As far as you guys are concerned,
The guys have really stepped up since the other two players were out and really played at a high level. Miles is playing at a high level right now. Devin Williams, obviously, is I think one of the better big men in our league. But yeah, you know, we didn't play bad. You know, we just couldn't ever get the big rebound or the stop that we needed to get a run going. I don't think we ever made a long run. We made some buckets back to back, but they always seemed to answer with a big rebound or a big shot. So congrats to them. They got a great basketball team. I really love their team. I think they got a chance to do some special things. I don't know about the other two guys, but you know, coming off that tough one that they played the other night, you know, you wonder how your team's going to respond. And they responded. They did well. They played well.
But your inside game and trying to match up with Williams, you're not real big, so how do you try to do that?
Well, you try doing better than we did. Try to black out a little bit better. And make contact a little bit sooner. Yeah, you know, we got good in there. It's good.
Hickey's performance for you, he started that the other night, shooting really well.
You know, we shot 54% from the field. only had 4 turnovers in the second half, which is not bad. Had a few too many in the first half. But we moved the ball, got some decent shots. Didn't get to the free throw line the way we kind of wanted to and anticipated. And I guess we fouled too much. But yeah, our offense wasn't terrible. We just couldn't get any stops.
How bad was LeBron's ankle? He didn't seem.
No, he's fine.
He's fine.
He had 4 baskets during the first, I think, 9 minutes, and then didn't get a basket the rest of the way, but you were still making outside shots. Was that just the way the offense evolved, or did you want
That's the way it happens sometimes when the teams are pressing you. And he got foul trouble first half a little bit, so that didn't help. But yeah, I mean, he got some decent looks at times. But yeah, the offense wasn't necessarily the issue. You know, we didn't burn a couple of crucial times down the stretch that we could have cut it back to 5 or something like that, maybe. But that's part of the game. There's a lot of possessions in this game. Just didn't get enough rebounds.
Coach, you've gone through the entire season now, and where would you place this West Virginia press against what you've seen all year?
All year?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing was done.
Sorry?
I think it's the only team that has pressed us all year. We have one other game that nobody else in this league presses. We do a little bit. We may be second. We're not near that. No, it's their identity. It's who they are. It's their identity, and they understand that. They play to that. They know when to press, when to use it off at times. He's done an unbelievable job, just an unbelievable job with this basketball team. Coach Huggins has. Unbelievable. Terrific job.
What are your thoughts on the league tournament, just overall, when you look at what's coming up in a few days for you guys and for this league as a whole? How good is it?
Should be very, very good. Should be very good. I think anybody would agree with that. I mean, this regular season's been a war. I mean, it's been a battle. And you know, we've won our share of big games. We've lost some close games, won some close games, lost one on a little losing stretch there, and different things. And that's part of this league. But who knows what's going to happen in the conference tournament? I have no clue what's going to happen. Who knows?
You guys haven't allowed many opponents to get to 70s, so not the 80s, but now 2 games you guys have played against them. Is it the pace?
Well, there's more possessions when you play them, that's for sure. More, that's evident. They've made a lot of threes on us, and then they shot a lot of free throws, both times. I don't know how many times it's happened when they play that they've shot more free throws than we have both games. And, that's our fault, so we got to do a better job. But when you're making threes and making free throws, and, they made their free throws tonight. That's it's one thing to shoot a bunch, another thing to make them. They made them. So when you're making threes and making free throws, you're going to score a lot of points.
Are they a different team without State, and do you defend them differently?
Nope. It's one thing we were talking about last night. He's an elite player. He'll be a first-team all-conference player. No question about it. But they got other guys. They got a lot of depth in that position. A lot of depth. Maybe not the point guard, but I don't know. They can answer a lot better than that, how much that matters from how they play. You look at the last 2 games, it doesn't seem, but now these guys are playing at a very high level. So you're always going to miss a guy of his stature, no doubt. And Brian, no doubt. They're very experienced, elite players, but the other guys have done a good job. They don't miss much because they do have a lot of depth at the guard position.
Anything else, Coach?
Appreciate it, Brian.
Down the stretch, you guys seem to be able to do a lot of the stuff you weren't able to do against Kansas. You took care of the ball, you were hitting free throws. I mean, can you talk about how important that was to the win today?
Well, Dev was obviously was very good at the free throw line. We still miss free throws. Max missed a couple. Jason went out for 2. What you don't understand unless you actually have done it, it's a lot easier to make free throws when you're up by 10 than it is when you're up by 1 or 2. And we got put in a situation in Kansas where it was a 1 or 2 point game. So, and you're talking about young guys that don't have a lot of experience. Write that down, Justin. I thought that was pretty good.
Shooting overall, last several games, you guys have shot the ball better than you had before.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, really the guy was shooting the ball before with JC, and he hadn't shot it very well. Dax has shot it much better. I don't think Jay shot shooting as well as he shot it. We're making plays. We've done a really good job of keeping balls alive, getting second chances. We just get more shots. We have to live on getting more shots than the opposition.
Coach, I'm thinking about the course of the season. You guys kind of started off the season with, Juwan missing some practices, trying to get that ankle better. There was another portion of the season where you're sick. Brandon got hurt. Devin got sick. I mean, you guys have had to overcome these kinds of obstacles throughout the course of the season. How much of those things help with what you guys are going through right now?
Well, I think what's really helped us is that we've made a decision to play a lot of people. So it's not like we're trying. Chase gave us great minutes in the first half.
Right.
But we've played Chase too, and Chase has played in some big games and crucial minutes. So it's not like that's the first time they've been out there. I think that's what really helped us.
You talked about inexperience, though, and how tough it might be to make free throws with 1-2. How tough is it, though, when you lose your two senior leaders coming down the stretch, to say nothing, to lose a game like you lost to Kansas, for a team not to tank it or get down on itself or think, oh God, the sky's falling?
Bob, it's not in their DNA. It's really not. I think y'all smart enough to know Brandon's probably going to have surgery when the season's over with. He's playing hurt. Nate's playing hurt. Devin's playing hurt. But they play. They play and they continue to respond. I think JC struggled a little bit. I think probably because you got thrust with all that responsibility that really wanted Gary had before. Yeah. So he's not shooting the ball as well and doing some other things as well. But he continues to compete. He continues to guard. He continues to. Dax drives you crazy sometimes, but he makes plays. He makes plays. I thought Devin was great today. Nate played really well. And Nate's playing hurt now. I mean, it's not a little ball. So we got a bunch of guys that probably have some business for the hospital at the end of the year. But they want to play. They don't want to let anybody down.
Bob, what is Nate's injury, and then has
Really not going to say.
okay has either
You'll
Gary
put it in the paper and everyone reads your column and everyone will know, and then they'll just walk over there and smack him on what's hurt, and then they'll play.
has either Gary or Juwan been ruled out for the rest of the season? Okay.
Do you believe in momentum? And if so, what can a win like this do for you guys heading into the tournament compared to going in having lost a couple?
Well, Billy must have told him 107 times that we've never lost 3 in a row. But this is not a bunch that's going to lay it down. They're not going to lay it down. They're too competitive to lay it down. Why are some people that way and other people aren't? I don't have any idea. But they're extremely competitive people. You know, Dak shoots 47% from the free throw line. He wants to go to the free throw line to end the game. I mean, that's a lot of people shoot 47. They, ask out, run away from the ball.
How was this team any different without Gary and State and Middle? Or the courts in the team?
It's Bob. It's a lot harder for me to make as many adjustments as what I could with those guys, because those guys kind of knew what was going on and they helped get other people, where they're supposed to be. But the hard thing is, if somebody doesn't know what they're doing, I'm not sure there's anybody else out there that knows what to tell them, because they're having a hard time just remember what they're supposed to do. Whereas with John and Lonnie and Gary, because they've played so many games and been so many practices, they can tell Dax where to be, or they can tell Elisha, somebody, they can get them in the right place and kind of get them to do the right thing, where it's hard for those young guys to do that right now.
How do you think Tariq has done at handling some of the point guard duties?
He's been really good. Tariq has spent a ton of time in the gym. Tariq stepped up and made free throws. He made a 3 against North Carolina State Garden, and he made 1 against Kansas State at Kansas State. But he's not, hasn't been a 3-point shooter, but he's been there all the time. Up in office, I look down near ball bounce when he's in there. That's the way it has to be.
What were your thoughts when your seniors are coming down the carpet, and was it any different because you knew 3 of the 4 of them weren't going to play?
I try not to think about it too much. I get emotional. But that's what I said to Tony. Said, we're now your 2 seniors, and the truth of the matter is Kevin Noreen's on scholarship. He's one of our 13 guys. So we've got 3 scholarship guys in our club. 3 senior scholarship guys.
Anything else? Bob, would it be most accurate to say that, after these 2, almost 3 games, the guard thing, that really, that's the only thing that's changed? It seems like you guys kind of play the same way, especially
we don't have as much depth.
Right.
Like it's, guys are playing heavier minutes than what they did before. I don't think our pressure is as good, because obviously they get tired. So I don't think that our pressure is as constant. Our movement probably sometimes on offense isn't as good, because they get worn down a little bit. Take 3 seniors out of your deal, and now we have 10 scholarship players, and Brandon, really, I can't play him very long. So when I do play him, so now you're down to 9 guys. Thank goodness for Chase. Chase has been great. There's a West Virginia kid who loves representing the state.
I don't know if it would be like this for all coaches, but they would probably look at what they have and try to overthink things and make someone else the focal point.
That's smarter than
I disagree. Would you have tried? I mean, did you consider like, all right, let's tilt a little bit, or is it, this has worked for 29 games, there's no reason to change it, we'll just ask more from more people?
If I said, we're not gonna do that, they'd all be bitching. I mean, they have bought in. They are 100% bought in. I'd have more problems if I said don't do it than do it, because they really believe that's been the thing that sets them apart from other people.
When you talk about buying, Daxter was talking about the fact that he's actually made some shots here, but he said, you know, as long as I'm playing defense, it really doesn't matter. And I asked him if he ever had dreamed of saying that a year ago. Of course, he said no. Do you see because these guys that you recruited, you weren't playing this way when you recruited. Did you see some surprise or any reluctance on their part at all to buy into the defensive philosophy?
No, not really. I think that what I tried to explain to them is this is a way where everybody can play, and we're gonna create havoc. We're gonna take people out of offense. We're gonna make them play the way we want to play. And for the most part, we haven't always, but for the most part, we have. And they bought into that. But you know, it's like anything else now. I mean, now all of a sudden you walk around and you see all these people wearing Press Virginia T-shirts, and it's become it's I think they have a lot of pride in it. But I mean, honestly, trying to sell them on it, no. I mean, we still got, you know, a guy, maybe a guy and a half that had bought in, but they don't play very much either. So that's their issue. They know if they play really hard, they're going to play, and they know that the effort that we're trying to get basically comes at the defensive end. So they're going to play defense because they want to play.
Nash gets 4 baskets, first 10 minutes, not a single basket the last 30.
We didn't do a very good job. We're kind of scrambling out of stuff. We didn't do a very good job. I thought Nate was terrific. The reason I played Nate at the end of the game, I thought Nate had the best chance to guard him. Devin would have been the next guy probably.
Moving forward, don't you guys present a number of different question marks now, and the fact that when teams are looking to scout you now, they have to not only worry about the press, but now they got to worry about, okay, well, is Shawan going to play? Is Gary going to play? What's their personnel going to be?
It's way too deep for me. You always ask me, what do other people think? How do I know? You're good at that.
Well, if you...
I don't know. I don't know whether it does or it doesn't.
Well, how could you, if you step back, I know you just come off the game, but if you could step back and look at this regular season as a whole, how would you sum it up?
We should have a couple more wins. You know, we kind of let LSU game get away from us. A lot of things happened. The other game where we couldn't really control. Honestly, Mitch, I thought we could win. I really honestly thought we could win. I thought playing the way we were going to play that we could win. I'm not, I like, people want to argue, say, right, I'm really not.